saint once said, "If you prayed and did penance every moment of your life, and added to that all the prayers and merits of the Blessed Virgin Mary, and all the angels, and all the saints, all of this would not even begin to equal the value of one Mass." One Mass, greater than all the prayers of the Blessed Mother? Why? How? Because the Mass is the prayer of Jesus. It is the supreme and most perfect prayer of Jesus. And nothing can overwhelm that. St. Leonard added that he believed that if there were no Mass celebrated, the world would by now have sunk into the abyss under its great weight of wickedness. Mass is what is holding us together. The Mass is what's keeping us from being destroyed. St. Peter Julian Mard reminds us urgently that the Mass is the supreme proof of the love of Jesus. After this, there's nothing more but heaven. So Mass equals heaven. He goes on to encourage us to be willing to sacrifice everything and to be willing to do everything for the sake of one Mass, for eternal life, for heaven. Everything, even being labeled a nut or a religious fanatic. You know, in Franklin County, we have a lot of churches, and the churches have different schedules. Surely, we can arrange to come to a few Masses during the week someplace, somehow. Will it take a bit of time and effort? And yeah, I'm sure it will. But have we ever done anything that was worthwhile that didn't take a little bit of time and effort? And is heaven worth the time and effort? You bet. It is worth the time and effort. We really got to think about that. So, think of this. Wherever I am, someplace, at some point, there's a Mass being offered. Can I arrange to get there? Will it take a little bit of extra time? Yes. Will it take a bit of effort? Yes. Now someone will say, "Well, Father, I don't get very much out of Mass." Well, excuse me, no. How much do you give to Mass? How much do you give in your prayer to Mass? How much do you give in your attention to Mass? How much do you give in your love to Mass? That is the point. Not what am I getting? I come to Mass not to be entertained. I come to Mass to give my heart and soul to God that He may eventually take me to heaven. I come to Mass to give my heart and soul to God that He may purify me, strengthen me, lift me up, carry me through this life into the next life. I come to Mass to be holy. Is it automatic? Not necessarily. It's going to take a bit of time and a bit of effort. And with some of us, a lot more time and a lot more effort. But it's there because it is God who is with us. In this little church, in Turner's Falls, right here, God comes down from heaven to be with us. The bottom line, daily Mass, frequent Mass, is of prime importance if we want to win heaven. With it, we grow in our love for Jesus. Without it, we grow distant and cold. It's only common sense. No matter what they say, absence does not make the heart grow fonder. I have seen people who have lost the habit of prayer, who have lost the habit of coming to Mass regularly. And I've seen them lose their souls. I've seen them fall by the wayside. And I think how sad. They were so close. They had the potential. They had the chance that God gave them. And they didn't take it. Remember, God is not a puppet master. God is not a slave master. He does not force us. But He's there. He's waiting. The doors are open. He's waiting. And if we come, then He embraces us. As the little Madison said, with both hands, He takes us up to heaven. God comes here every day. Why would I not want to be with him here? All power, all love, all holiness, all goodness, all beauty, all peace comes from heaven here on this altar to be with us every day. Why would I not want that? Why would I not want to be part of that? Why would I not want a future? Why would I not want an eternal future? The Holy Mass is perhaps one of the easiest things we can do to get to heaven. If I want heaven, I will have it if I pray the Mass often. Daily Mass is a good idea if we want to achieve our New Year's resolution for heaven. I want heaven, and I'm going to work for it. And here's something else. I want you to have heaven. I want you to be there with me. I'm planning my palace, my mansion in heaven, and I want you next door. Would you work for that? I'll be a good neighbor. I won't give you a hard time. My wild parties in heaven will be very mild, so I won't keep you up nights, I assure you. Please, won't you work for heaven? Do all that you can. Together, we're going to